Have you ever sat and listened to the replay theater music in Guilty Gear Xrd? I never have. I've almost never used this feature. And the last time I tried to use it, a bunch of the replays had been corrupted because of rollback updates. However, I do have some choice replays for you today, which are from the Tree Sports bracket that I played in on Sunday. I know my advertising for that was kinda last minute, but I hope that if any of you were able to tune in, then you were able to see me. I'm a bit sorry to disappoint you for that bracket, but I did end up scrubbing out 1-2. It wasn't too terribly interesting, so I'm not going to make a full tournament report video out of it, but I will cover the round that I played off stream, which is the first round. When I first signed up, I thought it would be pretty easy or pretty fun because I was looking forward to playing ID Unknown, the Potemkin player, for round 1. Unfortunately for me, as more people were added to the bracket, I got shuffled up and played against Deku, the Millia player, and my own personal demon for the last 5 years. Although I say demon, we've gone back and forth, but I feel like I take months off of my life whenever I play the Millia matchup. Anyway, let's get to the replay. You'll see why I wanted to cover this one. So, the Millia matchup is pretty annoying for Raven, and it's pretty annoying for Millia. Because Millia doesn't like running into Raven on the ground, and Raven doesn't like having Millia run around and annoy him. So, Deku's already pushing some buttons before round start. I try to go for a round start 2K, but Deku's already in the air. I'm going to be pausing and going forward a lot because Xrd has a pretty bad replay mode. All I can do is pause, play. Oh yeah, I can turn off the HUD and stuff. And I can go forward by 1 frame. That's what I can do. Oh, I can also go forward to the next round. I can't go back, I can just go forward. Hopefully this gets fixed or improved at some point, because it's really not functional. But anyway, I did a low poke, I saw him go into the air, I did an anti-air. I'm already like a second behind what he's doing. Deku's whiffing buttons. Typical anime player neutral, right? We jump around a little bit. We both whiff buttons on the ground. Both of us were about, I don't know, 3 or 4 frames from connecting there. But you can see, aside from the 2H, I just whiffed like a complete moron, which to my credit did nearly connect. I'm trying not to just go in and be a moron, which I usually do. That's usually my problem in these kinds of matchups. I get a pretty nice instant block, although sadly my throw didn't come out in time. And I try to, I guess, well, I mistime an instant block and now I'm on the ground. Deku doesn't go for disc, he goes for something else, and that gives me a wake-up throw into Oki. I miss my glide input because I'm a complete idiot. I swear, I've been improving about those. I've been improving getting them, but you guys haven't been seeing it. And we're, again, both just whiffing buttons like complete idiots. Typical Millia jump H, typical Millia whiff punish with 2D, and I decide to represent the blitz early. Again, missing my air dash input. Oh, I want to talk about that burst, actually. Normally, I'm very hesitant to burst. When I first started playing this game, I bursted all the time. But as I got more and more familiar with most situations, or common situations, I realized that I didn't need to burst if I was only going to take 10% and another knockdown, right? So I tried to save my burst for special occasions. However, against Millia, she's a lovely lady. Every occasion is a special occasion because I hate having her anywhere near me. So I've been trying to be a little more aggressive about how I burst against these obnoxious setplay characters. You know, like Raven, the obnoxious setplay character. Deku spends some meter to put me into the corner, and now I wish I had my burst. But I spend my dead angle, and I finally hit my glide input, and force the burst from him. Now, despite what the HUD might tell you, I actually have the life lead in practical terms here. Milia's going to kind of melt if I hit her. So it's really more about jockeying for position, and we both have no resources, so we're both kind of hesitant. And I get a nice whiff punish, and for some reason my orb input doesn't come out, so I don't get any Oki off of that. Or no good Oki, anyway. I went for close slash there. I think that's what I anti-aired with. Pushing close slash as an anti-air is a bad habit I picked up when I started playing Kai in this game about 6 years ago, 2017. And unfortunately, I still have not grown out of it. If you've ever played Kai in this game and looked at his close slash hitbox, you know it's a pretty absurd normal, and it's actually a very good anti-air on a character who already has very good anti-airs. Raven's close slash is not quite so good. It's not really good at all, which is why you can see it trades here instead of beating whatever Deku's trying to do. And I try to bait the inevitable Millia throw mash, but Deku's a little bit wise to me. Now he does the patented Millia 5k anti-air, goes into a combo, throws pin on me, puts disc on me, I blitz again, and I get a little bit greedy because I think he'll blitz back. Trades, and you know, see, that's the kind of thing about this game that I like. You can trade with someone, and even though you get knocked down, not all the set play is exactly the same. So Deku, I think he could have done like a dash disc there and gotten decent Oki, but you can see he missed his H input, or his dashing H input for the disc. So he just got nothing, basically, and I was going to get 2P catching my backdash, no combo. I think he could have killed if he'd spent meter there, but he didn't, so whatever. And at this point I try to jump out and I get clipped by Digitalis. So pretty standard first round, but at least I was able to draw it out. And that's what you want if you're playing Raven. Millia, if anybody wins this fast, it's going to be Millia. Raven backdash a moment ago is just terrible, as you saw. Millia threw the pin from very high up in the air and it still caught me. And one of the things I love about Raven is that when you whiff an air throw with jump H, you get a 3-hit normal, so it's basically just an air block string. And Millia did turbo fall into it, or she got hit by it. And yeah, I whiffed and I was rewarded for it. Damn, I love this character. That's the patented double throw into roll, or double roll into throw. I think that might have been the bad moon that actually knocks down. Not 100% sure. It kind of hit weird. There's the regular old unreactable bad moon. Okay, yeah, that was definitely the one that sets up and knocks down. And at this point I think, okay, I'm just going to start testing Deku and see what he can do. Unfortunately for me, I go for some kind of weird super jump glide and I go clean over him. And as you can see, I'm about to have my life ended by Millia jump H. A desperate burst gets me another chance at life, and I've got some excitement to work with, so I'm just trying to hit Millia with pin, or sorry, with needle and camp the pin. Unfortunately for me, I go for 2H again like a moron. 2H is usually a death sentence in this matchup, and Millia kills me. Damn, you ever had a woman look at you like that and call you weak? Things to take into account from that first game. I think I had success playing slow and just not being a moron. That's something I struggle with a lot. But I need to be a bit more proactive when I do get the opportunity. Confirm properly, go into a real combo, not just a frame trap like that. At that point, I knew that dashing forward, although it looks stupid, would be a good idea, because Deku would be laser focused on the pin, and he'd be worried about picking that up rather than stopping me from running at him. And now I get my orb, and I try to go for throw there, but the delay burst from Deku actually comes out as a gold burst. I spent some meter just to keep him away from me, and he spent some meter to take my burst. He definitely got the better end of that trade. Now he anti-airs me with Rising Jump K, but unfortunately, his lack of pin means that he doesn't get a real knockdown, and the combo into Bad Moon was kind of awkward, so I get the Desperate Throw Mash. And I don't know what that combo was supposed to be. I was thinking I should just do the jump SPS, double jump SD throw combo, because that's your standard corner knockdown combo. And I don't know what I got. I got some weird kind of pseudo scratch loop thing. Combos are important, okay, especially against Millia. That's another thing that's been costing me. This time the blitz does work out for me, and I do hit my inputs. The glide, and I do get my glide combo. Beautiful. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, my SPS glide string, which is normally pretty good, pretty solid, doesn't really work out there, and I get thrown by the inevitable Millia throw mash. Disc is nowhere near me, and I think I go for super here, yeah, because I just want the Oki. And I go for meaty 2H, completely mistime it. I'm good at this game, I promise. No comment. Millia disc, or Millia pin. I'm blocking Millia disc. Now this is something I want to draw attention to. This is the kind of situation where Millia is putting the disc on me and she's actually so close she's inside of throw range. And I don't know what Deku... Well, I think he was trying to bait me into doing throw here, and it works. Again, not all set play is created equal. Sometimes he'd be getting this disc at a similar range, but he wouldn't be throwable, so he wouldn't have to do that. Sometimes it was just a mind game thing. And I'm just spending meter here just desperately because I can. And again, I tried to jump out, get clipped by Digitalis. And at this point I think, okay, I need to do something different. Like, I've just been flailing around, I need to do something different. And I get a nice little combo. And into more set play. I'm thinking here, how do I get out of this? How... Yeah, see? He got the... I was able to push him away, and so his 6k didn't actually lead to anything, because it wouldn't have comboed into S-disc if he had cancelled it. And so therefore, even though I got hit, the offensive situation was mostly over. And that enabled me to mash and get the knockdown. And here we are, right? Back on the other side of the screen. Or even backdash, actually avoiding something for once. That's a rare sighting. You should take a picture of that. I have no idea what Digitalis is on block. I'm pretty sure it's safe. It's really far away. Yeah, and even if these needles don't connect, it's still fine to just make her block them. This was... I'm not sure what this Oki was for Deku. I guess he was going for the disc and then cross up jump H, which would have beaten throw and low blocking and, you know, the usual. Unfortunately, the timing is just really off for him, so he's... I mean, you can see I'm nowhere near the ground. This is nowhere near meaty. Huge gap, and I just jump out of it and end escape for free. These characters are both set play demons, so you really have to make the set play count when you do get it. Which I think is a bit easier for Millia than Raven. And again, I don't know, Raven's pretty good at set play. You can see I'm trying to use the dive kick to go over top of his anti-air, it just doesn't work out. Desperate throw, or not even throw mash, desperate actual match. Desperate actual match, pardon me. Desperate actual jab mash when you absolutely positively need a 5-frame button for Raven. Into a sweep, into scratch, because Millia is a lightweight, so that works on her. And this is fake, also sort of fake. I think he could have jumped up here, but he chose to block instead. I forget exactly what Millia's wake-up timing is and how it interacts with stuff, but yeah, whatever. I'm reasonably sure that level 1 excitement 2D scratch orb is fake on her. But Deku chose to block, so... I get the old dust, can you react to this? And I just decide to cash in the meter and kill her. I'm giving Deku his burst back here, but that's fine by me. That is one of the very nice things about Raven. If you have the grab, it's extremely easy to just cash in for more grabs in the super. And at this point I think, okay, his Deku's neutral and defense have been pretty good, but, sorry, his neutral and offense have been pretty good. But his defense has actually been, you know, the standard Millia player stuff. Panicking, mashing throw, and so on. So, that 5p, and then the glide were meant to check him like, are you actually paying attention to me? Are you actually ready to anti-air me? And in that case, he wasn't. Although, he does get the anti-air here. No combo, though. And I go for the dust again. And I don't have super here, so I can't knock down, so I just go for the scratch ender. Decide to burst. I do not want to be near the corner. I'm Raven. And I go for the throw. Again, I cannot knock down, or I can't meaningfully knock down from there, so I decide to go for the damage ender. That's probably a mistake, in all honesty. And if I'm going to go for the damage ender, I should definitely go for the damage ender that actually works. Millia is so tiny and so light that you only get 2 hits of jump H against her. Pardon me, minor interruption. So now I've got a very comfortable life lead, and I'm fine taking this opportunity to get hit. Just, well, I mean, I'm not intentionally getting hit. But I was really not worried about getting my tech air thrown there, so I just did tech forward buttons, the Exert Classic. And that was enough to force the burst from Deku. Pardon me, that was a not-so-minor interruption. Anyway. I'm whipping Scratch, he's in the corner running at me. One thing that I'm getting a bit more accustomed to doing as I become more comfortable playing Raven in more matchups and in different styles is using that kind of defensive yellow Roman cancel like Needle YRC and then not gliding in like an idiot after it. In this case, I just wanted to put something on the screen and see what Deku was doing, and that kind of spooked him, so he backed off, and now he's still in the corner. And I think that overall defensive mindset from him is what allowed me to run in and get this 5p. Again, yeah, you see, I think I mistimed it, or it was fake or whatever, but it didn't quite work. And I got a pretty sick, nasty air throw, and I even did something which I'm very proud of, which is that I built meter to Roman cancel on the hit that I'm Roman canceling. And I actually got pretty nervous right here because I looked at Deku's tension and I saw that he had a full stick of butter. And I thought, okay, I just need one hit, I just need one hit, I just need one hit. And I tried to do a bunch of different stuff, and I got Fire Slash. Fortunately, it worked out. And I take the second game. And Raven's all melodramatic about it because he hates winning. Alright, final game. And at this point, I'm feeling kind of nervous. I just got an achievement for looking at replays. I don't think I've ever done that before. Nice, thanks, Guilty Gear. You always know how to continue surprising me. Anyway, round start is me doing 6p because I expected Fire Slash or something. And the face that Raven is making is appropriate for the situation. What the hell was I doing whiffing 6p? So this is kind of off to a miserable start already. He gets the disc, but he misses his disc input. I don't know how that... Look, was that Raven Jump D trading with Millia 5k? And he got knocked down? Okay, sure, whatever. Whatever, Guilty Gear. I decide to burst immediately because a lot of Guilty Gear has happened, and I get whiff punished by Dust. Although again, no dash disc input, and the pin is on the other side of the screen, so I'm feeling pretty, honestly. I'm just camping pin. My 2H, unfortunately, way too slow, so I get tagged. But again, the disc is way, way too late. Normally, I get the impression that Deku would have caught on to me just holding up back to escape the disc, and he would have done like meaty 2S or 2K or something, or Bad Moon to catch my jump start up. But for whatever reason, he just keeps thinking I'm gonna go for throw or something else. So he's out of the way, and I'm in the air, so I'm happy to have escaped the mix-up, right? He gets to pick up the pin again. Yeah, and see, he's just backing off because he doesn't want to go in unless he's got the pin near him. I'm just backing off. Millia 6p, accept no substitutes. It's really good. And at that point, I knew, again, he would be picking up the pin and focused on that and that alone. So therefore, I tried to reaction check him with the command grab, and it worked out. Raven, what are you staring at? That's impolite even for you. And at this point, I know that that wouldn't be meaty, and he would be up backing out of it, so I just set up the orb to hopefully contain him. Unfortunately, Millia is so tiny she is able to jump out, and I'm doing a mix-up into empty space. And Millia Jump P actually hits me before extending into the orb, so it's not great for me all around. However, my desperate 2D mash does work. I didn't expect that 2D to connect, so I just did the needle. I get hit by the pin, but a mashing throw. And at this point, I decide to go for something a little bit more aggressive. I knew he was going to jump out, so I do the read. And I know that unfortunately I cannot kill there. And I knew that he was going to go for throw because Deku always goes for throw, because every Millia player goes for throw. But no, really, he goes for throw a lot when he gets the impression that I'm going to do something. Which I know is not unique to him, but something about that exact interaction. I felt throw. And I wasn't sure exactly how to beat or how to bait throw. In hindsight, I could have done SPP scratch or just SP scratch, and that would have counter hit him and absolutely murdered him. At that point, I kind of freeze up and don't do the glide string properly because I'm so distracted thinking of throw. And he gets the mash into sweep, and I'm potentially eating set play and losing the game. But again, he's just not meeting me. He's just not, and I don't know why. I guess he keeps thinking I'm gonna throw and he keeps trying to bait it. That was pretty obnoxious though. He was a lot more ready for me to be out of that than I was last time. And at this point I am clenching my teeth. Pardon me again, minor interruption again, a lot of background noise these days. Or tonight anyway, but whatever. So, again, yeah, and I knew that he knew that I would want to approach to deny him the pin, and I knew that he knew that I would want to approach, so I did the Raven Classic, where instead of doing 6-6 hold, I do 6-6 tap, and then I go into 2H to whiff punish from half screen, and secure a knockdown from 3/4 screen. God, I love this character. And I finally hit my actual instant air dash input. And this is one of the first times I've actually been able to check Deku with a full glide string in the corner. No ifs, ands, or buts. You are blocking this. Can you defend? And he can. He even jumps out of my throw attempt. That 5P was supposed to be an anti-air, but it worked out. And I get 2 hits there, but I wasn't ready for the first one or the second one, so he's teching out. Although thanks to the slowing effect on Raven's Needle, the tech is not actually going anywhere, nor is his jump escaping the corner. That's a really funny thing about the way Raven's Needle slow works. It simply cuts your horizontal movement speed in half under all circumstances. So characters who have things like lunging attacks like Soul Fafnir, or teleports like Slayer, because Slayer moves during his teleport, he just becomes invincible and then moves and then reappears, as opposed to Chip, who just teleports from one spot to another. They actually move half the distance. This also applies to hit stun, so if I hit Millia and knock her away, she moves half the distance, which can enable combos that otherwise wouldn't happen. But that's neither here nor there. I'm getting hit. I don't know why I was mashing 2P when he was in the air. That's on me. I've never looked at this frame of Raven's burst before. I should probably move on before YouTube demonetizes me. I got really, really ambitious with that anti-air grab, and he got really ambitious with that 6P, so we're both just being ambitious and whiffing. Unfortunate combo drop from Deku there, and I go for the slightly more stable scratch route on her. He decides to burst. Nice whiff punish. That time I actually expected him to do something like meeting me with 2S, so I just stayed there, and he was nowhere near me, so that was the disc and that was the Oki, and now I'm out. And then he finally meets me with Duque, and it works. And at this point, I'm sweating bullets, because I have very little life to work with, even by Raven standards. He's going to build 50 meters, so if there's an RC or a super in my future if he hits me, or YRC mix-ups. And I've got 75 meter, which is a lot, but Raven's not amazing at turning raw meter into damage. So I think, okay, I need to buckle down and I need to block and be smart for the next 5 seconds. And being smart involves a dead angle, apparently. I felt pretty good about that anti-air. And I felt really, really, really good about that anti-air. That was 4P, 4P into 5P. In the moment, I was shaking. I was totally rattled. And I was astonished that connected properly. I didn't even know that Gatling existed until now. But hey, if you need it, you got it. So I try to do stance at round start here, but Deku's backing up. I guess he's nervous about getting hit. And that actually enables him to get the counter hit on the recovery of stance. But now I'm in the corner. He's remarkably patient that time, and so my grab whiffs. And I think that was another time where I got the opportunity to do a full glide string, and all he had for defensive options was blitz, which I don't think he was going to risk. So I just try to go for like a pretty standard string. You know, overheads 2k close slash 2d. And I guess he was trying to up back or mash throw or something, or jump or whatever. And he just gets hit. And that gives me a nice little combo into a knockdown and more Okizeme. And that's this time I go for a delay from far S into 2H. And he was expecting, I don't know, I guess he would have been expecting far S 5H, or maybe 5D from that range. Or maybe he thought a Reglide was coming, I don't know. Forces the burst anyway. And that's another beautiful example of the defensive needle YRC that I was talking about. I just thought, he's going to be running at me, and so I just did needle YRC, and he ran right into it. And I get a free, easy combo. And I have to say, that Okizeme I did right there, which was very high jump, not like a super jump, I think, but like steep glide into... Sorry, Millia, you were violating the YouTube terms of service there. That steep glide into the glide hit SPS is something that almost always works when someone is worried about something else. Because there's no mix-up at all, it's just overheads, right? But if you're worried about me going low or overhead low, then something about the timing of that always seems to work out. And that's exactly what happens here. And I was very, very happy because I went from not having any set play at all to reliably knowledge checking Deku and getting the, you know, a nice stable glide combo. And I decided to go into the damage route there because I knew I needed damage, and that's the end. And when I did that, I was double fist pumping. I was saying yes, 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 because I was really, really happy about that. Very, very happy about that round one.